Right now, millions of people are praying the same prayer as you, and they believe that God is not listening to them. Know that He is close to you. But here is what nobody tells you. God's silence does not mean God's absence. It means that something is about to change. Do not lose your precious hope. I know it, because I also walked through that silence. 40 days of absolute, empty desert before my life began. Keep your faith burning in the dark. The dry sand, the heat, and the quiet were my only companions as I waited for the Father's voice. Trust in His glorious eternal promise. You pray, and nothing happens. You ask for a sign, and the sky remains quiet. You look for a word. He is preparing a path for you. You read the holy pages, hoping for a spark, but they feel like empty paper, and the room grows colder. Listen closely to His quiet whisper. You have been waiting like this for weeks, perhaps months, or even years, crying out into the dark. Stay strong and do not be afraid. And at some point, the dark whisper starts. Did I do something wrong? Am I no longer worthy? Has He forgotten me? His timing is always beautiful and perfect. That question has kept you awake more than one night, making you doubt the very foundation of everything you believed. He sees your tears and your struggle. You are not the only one. 80% of deeply faithful souls experience this night of the soul. In their journey, the light is coming to guide your way. It is the sacred silence that almost nobody speaks of from the pulpit, but it is very, very real. Hold on to what is true and holy. I am not telling you this for cheap comfort. It is written. Psalm 13 begins, How long, Lord, will you forget me? Your prayers are never spoken in vain. David, the man after God's own heart, wrote those desperate words while hiding in dark, lonely caves. He is working behind the silent scenes. He felt abandoned. He felt completely forgotten. And yet, he was the anointed king of Israel. Know that He is close to you. If the great king felt that silence, you are not failing. You are simply in very holy company. Do not lose your precious hope. Before starting my public path, I spent 40 days completely alone in the wilderness, under the blazing sun. Keep your faith burning in the dark. No word from heaven, no comforting signs, only the wind, hunger, and the deep, challenging silence. Trust in His glorious eternal promise. But after those 40 days, the authority began to heal the sick, to cast out darkness, and to change history. He is preparing a path for you. The desert silence was not a punishment. It was the crucial preparation for the greatest victory of my life. Listen closely to His quiet whisper. Elijah, the great prophet, stood on the mountain, waiting for a word, while the earth shook beneath him. Stay strong and do not be afraid. A great wind tore the rocks. Then a violent fire swept through, but God was in none of those massive signs. His timing is always beautiful and perfect. After the fire came a gentle breeze, a still, small whisper, almost imperceptible, but full of holy power. He sees your tears and your struggle. Here is your key. When you feel that silence, stop searching for a loud sign and start listening for the whisper. The light is coming to guide your way. Lower the noise of your life. 10 minutes every single day. No music, no screens. Only real, quiet breathing. Hold on to what is true and holy. In that quiet space, the still small voice is finally heard, guiding your steps. With gentle, perfect love, your prayers are never spoken in vain. Zechariah, the priest, asked for a sign and was left speechless, unable to speak, for 9 long months. He is working behind the silent scenes. 9 months of absolute silence as he waited for the birth of his promised son. John the Baptist, know that he is close to you. 9 months is nothing compared to your waiting, but notice, Zechariah's quietness was not empty or wasted. Do not lose your precious hope. You cannot see what is forming in the dark, just like a child forms in the womb, hidden from sight. Keep your faith burning in the dark. Practical idea, start writing a journal. Every night, write one honest line of what you feel, without filters. Trust in His glorious eternal promise. When the silence ends, you will read those lines and see that God was working when you thought He did nothing. He is preparing a path for you. But there is something more difficult than waiting. It is not losing faith while you wait. Listen closely to his quiet whisper. Stay strong and do not be afraid. But there is something more difficult than waiting. It is not losing faith. While you wait, do not lose your precious hope. Keep your faith burning in the dark. Job lost everything in an instant: his family, his health, and all of his wealth, left in ashes. His timing is always beautiful and perfect. And God kept silent for 37 entire chapters, never answering a single question or explaining the pain. He sees your tears and your struggle. Yet Job continued to speak to him. He continued to cry out. Even when the heavens were like brass, the light is coming to guide your way. There is the key that almost nobody understands. Faith is not feeling God's presence. It is choosing to speak. When you feel nothing, hold on to what is true and holy. It is continuing to show up, praying without asking for things, simply speaking. As to a trusted friend, your prayers are never spoken in vain. Tell him about your day. Tell him about your pain. Even when the room feels empty and silent, he is working behind the silent scenes. The faith that survives the dark quiet is stronger than the faith that only lives on sweet emotions. Know that he is close to you. The 40 days of desert silence ended with angels coming to minister to my soul. Do not lose your precious hope. 9 months of Zechariah's silence ended with the birth of the voice crying in the wilderness. Keep your faith burning in the dark. 37 chapters of silence with Job ended with God speaking from the whirlwind, restoring everything double. Trust in his glorious eternal promise. The pattern is always the same. The longer and deeper the silence, the greater the revelation that comes after. He is preparing a path for you. So if you have been waiting for a very long time, it is not because he has forgotten you at all. Listen closely to his quiet whisper. It is because he is preparing a massive answer that requires time and deep foundations to stand. Stay strong and do not be afraid. I don't ask you to understand the silence. I only ask you to do 3 simple things starting today. His timing is always beautiful and perfect. First, keep speaking, keep praying. Even if you feel you are speaking to an empty room, he sees your tears and your struggle. Second, quiet your life for 10 minutes every day to hear the gentle whisper in the quiet. The light is coming to guide your way. Third, write down your journey, because one day you will reread it and see his hand where you saw emptiness. Do not lose your precious hope. The heavy silence you feel today is not the end of your story. It is simply the chapter before the breakthrough. Keep your faith burning in the dark. At the beginning, I told you that God's silence does not mean absence. It means something is about to change. Trust in his glorious eternal promise. Now you understand why. This week, when you feel that heavy quietness, do not run away from it. He is preparing a path for you. Stay in it for 10 minutes, in real, honest quiet, waiting with expectation for the gentle whisper. Listen closely to his quiet whisper. Stay strong and do not be afraid. If this message spoke to your heart today, subscribe. Here we speak of what truly matters. His timing is always beautiful and perfect. He sees your tears and your struggle. And the next time you feel God is silent, return to this video and remember, silence is also an answer. The light is coming to guide your way.